My name is Matt Wallace, this is File Stand, and in today's episode we have some interesting stats to go over. Lunar Crush just released this new chart that shows each of the top cryptocurrencies by social volume in the last month. So this is all very recent data, and it does actually show us some cryptocurrencies that could have major potential to take off soon. DogeCoin's ranking on this list is going to shock you, and there's a couple other ones that I think you'll be very surprised by. Right now, I'm not going to show the entire chart yet, so without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the first cryptocurrency here on the Lunar Crush social volume list, and that cryptocurrency is a pretty big shocker, Digibyte. Digibyte DGB, with a social volume score of 109,954. As we take a look here, we can see that the current price of Digibyte is 0.02399, so a little bit over 2 cents. And as we look down here, we can see what it's done over its course. In 2017, it had a big jump like a lot of the other cryptocurrencies, and it is starting to see some new life right here in 2020 and in 2021 as well. What's so crazy about Digibyte is that it is currently ranked number 80 in terms of market cap, 335 million. So to be number 80 in terms of market cap, but then to be ranked number 10 out of all the cryptocurrencies for social volume this month, that means it does have major potential to go up in the very near future. It also has its own blockchain. It is not based off of any other cryptocurrencies, which does bode well for it. And as we look over here, we can also see a little bit more information on Digibyte. Digibyte DGB is an open source blockchain and asset creation platform. Development began in October 2013, and the genesis block of its DGB token was mined in January 2014 as a fork of Bitcoin, a long-standing public blockchain and cryptocurrency. Digibyte uses 5 different algorithms to improve security, and originally aimed to improve on the Bitcoin blockchain security, capacity, and transaction speed. Digibyte consists of 3 layers: a smart contract app store, a public ledger, and the core protocol featuring nodes communicating to relay transactions. The founder of Digibyte is Jared Tate, also known as Digiman. That is still incredible though, that it only has a market cap of 335 million, and yet it is currently ranked number 10 in the entire world when it comes to that important social score. I'm definitely going to be investing some of my money into Digibyte, and if you want to have an opportunity to see a lot of these things, I'm doing the research, I'm keeping my finger on the pulse of all these altcoins. And if you want to have the same opportunities, if you want to see all this stuff before it even goes out into the public in a lot of cases, before the information gets out, make sure you go and subscribe through Patreon and join the Discord. That way you can have access to all of this stuff ahead of time. You can talk to me directly and look at some of the moves that I'm making and make your portfolio as strong as it possibly can be. The future really is bright for cryptocurrency. A lot of people will be millionaires. The question is, will you be one of them? Make sure to subscribe with notifications on as well. That's another important thing you can do. Then as we move to the next one on the list, Stellar right here with a social score of 132,614. Not bad, but not great. Currently ranked number 9 in the entire world when it comes to social score. As we look here, we can see the reason why it's not particularly great is because right now Stellar is already number 11 in the entire world when it comes to market cap, with a market cap of over $5 billion. Stellar already has a lot of people investing in it. It is already getting a decent amount of attention, so the room for it to grow up may not be as big as some of the other cryptocurrencies. Still something I want to take a little bit of a closer look at. As we look here, we can see what Stellar has done over the last 3 months. Similar to a lot of other cryptocurrencies, it has gone up a lot, close to 3 times what it was all the way back in November of 2020. Then as we look down here, we can see some of these other stats. The total supply is 105 billion, average transaction fee 0.011423. All of these numbers are definitely interesting to look at. I don't think this is necessarily the best cryptocurrency to make a long-term bet on, but there are obviously opportunities with every single cryptocurrency, because we truly are at the very beginning of what could be a very big ride for all of these cryptocurrencies altogether. You don't necessarily have to pick one, although there are some that I think have way more potential. I'm going to be talking about that more in future videos, but we can also look at it more as a collective and see some of the stuff it's doing and be excited about it moving forward. Then as we look here, we can see what Stellar has done over its entire run. for almost its entire beginning. It was very, very low and had almost no movement at all. Then all of a sudden, at around the 2017 big boom, that is when we started to see it jump up a lot. Went all the way up to close to $1, and so far has not gotten back there, not even really particularly close. The closest it has gotten is right here with a bump that sent it all the way up to 40 cents. Not bad at all, but definitely not one I think is going to have a ton of potential to make you a lot of money moving forward. Still interesting though, number 9 currently. Then this next one, Polkadot, is really interesting. Polkadot is actually one of my favorite potential cryptocurrencies moving forward, currently with a social score of 223,035. I'm definitely more optimistic on Polkadot than I am on Stellar, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Polkadot numbers, and you can start to see some of the reasons why I'm optimistic on it. It is one of the most recent cryptocurrencies in terms of when it started off. Only in 2020, August 20th, 2020 is when Polkadot started. So it is one of the shortest lifespan cryptocurrencies so far. And one thing we know about cryptocurrency that continues to be true is generally when you get in on a cryptocurrency toward its beginning stage, toward the beginning of when it starts, you have the most potential to make a lot of money. Polkadot is very similar to Ethereum in a lot of ways in that it has a lot of versatility, a lot of smart contract potential. And as it was created in 2020, you can start to see that some more technology was able to be implemented into it, some more design, and all of this is boding well for it as it continues to go up. And it's not seeing some of the drop that we've been seeing a little bit from some of the other cryptocurrencies. As we look here over the last 3 months, it is still staying relatively strong. It hasn't dropped back down a decent amount like we've seen Bitcoin do and like we've seen the other ones do, like I said. But as we look at it, we can see here, if you go back to December 16th, 2020, at 3:39 p.m., and that 3:39 p.m. obviously isn't important, I just included it for fun, but we can see that the price is around $5 at that point in time. As we look at the price, we can see it was all the way down at $3 when it first came out, a little bit under $3, and it stayed around this $5 mark for a while. Now it is all the way up to $16, and it is holding pretty strong. A lot of other cryptocurrencies we saw take a decent dip after this most recent spike. Polkadot, though, seems to be holding more strong, and that's in part because a lot of people are saying, oh my gosh, look at this, look how new it is, look how cool it is, look how innovative it is. It has a lot of potential. It is currently, Polkadot, ranked number 4 in the entire world when it comes to market cap, with a market cap of 14.97 billion. 14.97 billion is definitely an impressive accomplishment, and it goes to show you why so many people are optimistic about Polkadot. It has its own blockchain, and that blockchain is very, very strong. It has a lot of things it can do that a lot of other cryptocurrencies can't do. I'll talk more about that in future videos, but definitely keep your eye on Polkadot. Although typically we do like to see the social score be higher in terms of ranking than the ranking of the market cap, I'm going to give Polkadot an excuse here because it's not very far behind, and also it has been getting a lot more attention than perhaps the social score will show, because each person coming in and investing is investing more money. So the social score, I believe, is underrating Polkadot just a little bit. Some of you may be surprised though that I have not mentioned DogeCoin yet, and yes, that is very exciting for DogeCoin. Just wait until you see where DogeCoin is ranked on this list. I said it is going to shock you, and I really mean that. Just wait until you see. Then as we move along, we can see number 7 on the social score ranking list is Cardano ADA, with a score of 270,205. Cardano's current ranking is right here at number 6. So number 6 and number 7, that's about right, that's about accurate. It has its own blockchain and currently has a market cap of $10 billion. $10 billion is a lot of money. It's right up there with Polkadot in terms of market cap. As we see here, Cardano and Polkadot are very similar when it comes to market cap. Cardano with 10.4 billion and Polkadot with 14.9 billion, not very far apart. And they're also very similar in a lot of other ways too. Not only that they have their own blockchain, but just how strong that blockchain is. It's very hard to hack. It's very hard to get past and get into without the proper identification. And both of them also have some some very strong capabilities that Bitcoin doesn't have. Cardano and Polkadot, two cryptocurrencies that are on the top 10 list for a reason. Both of them very strong roots, very strong bones behind them, and we could see some pretty big gains for each of those cryptocurrencies as we move forward. Then as we take a look here, we can see Elrond EGLD, which is basically standing for electronic gold. And this cryptocurrency is really interesting. The logo itself is something I find aesthetically pleasing, not necessarily as cool as Cardano's logo, but I still do like the logo. Some people may find that to be a little bit trashy. Really, it could go either way. It's just a matter of personal preference. But as we look here, we can see the social score is 313,783. As we compare that to just the one right down here at number 10, Digibyte, 100,000 versus over 300,000. 100 versus 300, that is a big jump just within the top 10. And when you start to see differences like that within the top 10, it shows you how much searches these are getting. In a world of cryptocurrency where searches are so important and attention is so important, this actually does carry a decent amount of weight. As we look right here, we can see a little bit more about Elrond and what exactly it stands for. This is the chart of Elrond, and it shows the price from the very beginning all the way back here, really not even that long ago to be honest, September 4th, 2020, and the price at that point in time was $17. Then it started to slip some, went all the way down for periods of time to $7, $8 in that range. Then all of a sudden, here we go baby, it starts to go up and up and up and up and up, and the current price is around $47. So all the way from $7 to $40 within only a matter of months from November until January, a pretty big increase. And this could just be the very beginning. As you can see here, unlike Bitcoin, which took a bit of a dip after hitting its high, Elrond really hasn't taken a dip at all. People are still confident in it, and you can even see actually a little bit more of a bump. So if you are looking for a potentially really good cryptocurrency to get into, Elrond is another one that's on the table. What's really, really crazy about Elrond is that as we look here, it is currently ranked number 48. 48! In the entire world when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Number 48. That is really far down in order for it to be on the top 10 list when it comes to ranking of social score. Top 10 list ranking of social score all the way at number 5, 200,000 social score points ahead of number 10. And yet, despite all of that, it is number 48. Elrond currently has a higher social score than Polkadot, and yet its market cap is only $800 million. $800 million leaves a ton of room to grow. This is a cryptocurrency with its own blockchain that I am personally very excited about, and let's take a look actually at one of the reasons why it's so exciting. As we look here, we can see about Elrond, and then right below that is what is Elrond, and this is the part that I think has some of the best information. I already read through all of this, and I got some of the key points, but I'm going to read through it again and show you guys some of the most important stuff here. Elrond is a blockchain protocol that seeks to offer extremely fast transaction speeds by using sharding. The project describes itself as a technology ecosystem for the new internet, which includes fintech, decentralized finance, and the Internet of Things. Its smart contracts platform is reportedly capable of 15,000 transactions per second, 15,000 a second, a 6-second latency, and a 0.0001 transaction cost. So some of the best numbers that we've seen so far. The blockchain has a native token known as EGLD, or EGLD, that is used for paying network fees, staking, and rewarding validators. Elrond was first announced in August 2019. Elrond has been on my radar for a bit now, which is why it is so important that you subscribe to the Patreon account associated with this channel. That way you can stay up to date with all these opportunities. If you had invested in Elrond and you just put a few $100s in right here, you would have made more than a 5x return on your money. A 5x return is nothing to laugh at. That's some serious money. If you decide to put a few thousand in, you'd be making bank over the last few months, especially if you had done that with enough confidence and even put more more money in. That's why you really need to have help on this. You need guidance. As we all work together, we can make some of these incredible decisions come to life and make a lot of money, but you can't do it alone. We have to do it together. That's why subscribing with notifications on, and also making sure that you go ahead and join the Patreon. The link is in the description. All of these are very important things. We have to make sure to stick together. As we scroll down here, we can see the Elrond economic model has a limited supply that starts at 20 million EGLD, with new tokens minted to reward network validators. The maximum supply can never exceed 31,415,926 EGLD, but this number will decrease as more transactions are processed. Elrond's native token was first made available for purchase through a private sale in which 19% of its initial supply was sold, with 7.5% made available immediately upon token generation, and another 15.41% released every 3 months. Elrond also held initial exchange offering on Binance, in which 25% was sold and made available immediately. So if you're looking for a way to get in, there is perhaps your answer right there. There are some other options as well, and I will be making future videos on this cryptocurrency because it does have such a potentially bright future. Remember, never invest too much. I'm not a financial advisor, but I can help you to make the best decisions possible, and that is my goal here on this channel. I'm going to be keeping you guys updated with Elrond as it deserves. Elrond is getting so much attention right now. It's crazy that it is currently ranked so highly on the social score ranking, and we really can't ignore it. When you rank that highly, you deserve to get talked about, and you deserve to actually have some more attention and to be taken seriously and looked at as a real cryptocurrency moving forward. I'm going to put my money into a number of these cryptocurrencies. I already have a lot of my money in them. I've already made a decent amount of money from them, but this is just the beginning. The sky is the limit when it comes to cryptocurrency. We are currently in the wild west of cryptocurrency. There is so much money in terms of room to go up that it's not even funny, and I look forward to watching that happen and experiencing it with you. At last, we are here at DogeCoin. Doge with a social score, a staggering 348,563. Compare that to, get ready for this, DogeCoin is currently number 35 when it comes to total market cap. And it's one thing if we're talking about a cryptocurrency like Elrond down here, which is a very new cryptocurrency, so you may expect it to be getting a lot more searches. But with DogeCoin, it's not a new cryptocurrency. It's been around since 2013, and yet still, despite that, it is still number 5 of all the cryptocurrencies in terms of social score. So much further ahead of number 10 that it could basically eat it for breakfast. It is about 240,000 social points ahead, and this bodes very well for DogeCoin. DogeCoin is going through a bit of turbulence right now. Some people are not sure if they should hold on. Some people don't know what it's going to look like moving forward. I've been saying this for a bit now. We may see a bit of a drop in DogeCoin, but overall in the long run, trust me guys, we have reason to be optimistic about this. Always, I have to say, don't invest too much money because there is risk. Anything in the news could change this one way or the other. But that said, as long as we have a few factors go right, and I think that's very likely, we are going to see DogeCoin hit some really big marks. 24-hour low 0.0078, 24-hour high 0.008. This is definitely one of the most volatile cryptocurrencies, which means there are a lot of opportunities here though to make money in the short term by going in and then going out. And I have multiple algorithms tracking DogeCoin and other cryptocurrencies, so subscribing with the notifications on really is a smart investment, because that way I can keep you up to date with what's going on here and let you know the best times to go in and out of DogeCoin to make money in the short term when it comes to short-term games. Also, other cryptocurrencies, there's the opportunity to do this as well. Unlike with typical stocks where you have so many limits, with cryptocurrency, you are basically as free as you can be to do stuff like that. There are obviously some walls that are put up by different specific trading sites, but overall the freedom is definitely much higher, which is something I love to see. And while it's still that way, it may change soon, but while it's still that way, let's make sure we are taking advantage of it. Once again, subscribe with notifications on, definitely a smart investment. Then as we look at the top 4 here, we can see Chainlink is at number 4 with a score of 434,000. 30,000, Chainlink, LINK, XRP is number 3, XRP, Ethereum is number 2, ETH, and Bitcoin is of course number 1, BTC. Chainlink with 434,000 is a pretty impressive score. As we look here, we can see that Chainlink has a market cap currently of around 9 billion, a price of $22, and it is based off of the Ethereum blockchain. So as Ethereum does better, Chainlink can also go up some as well. Let's go ahead and take a look directly at Ethereum, and we'll look at XRP in a second as well. But with Ethereum, it has a score of 996,000, close to 10 times the score of Digibyte. As we look here, we can see that currently Ethereum, as you may have expected, is number 2 in the entire world when it comes to market cap, with a market cap of 152 billion. Current price is 1,329. I think all of these cryptocurrencies are going to go up a decent amount because once again, we are toward the very beginning. It's really just about figuring out which ones are going to go up the most percentage-wise and which ones are going to go up the least percentage-wise, which is once again why it's so important that you subscribe with notifications on. That way I can keep track of this and give you updates in real time. Then XRP has a social score of 472,000, currently ranked number 3. As we see here, XRP is right now ranked number 5 when it comes to market cap, with a market cap of 12 billion. Then the last one that we need to talk about out of all of these is Bitcoin, with a social score of 7,794,165, so much higher than all the rest that's not even particularly close. When you look at Digibyte compared to Bitcoin, it is so far apart that's almost not even on the same chart. And yet, despite that, Digibyte number 10, Bitcoin number 1, only 9 spots apart out of over 4,000 cryptocurrencies. And it goes to show you why Bitcoin is still the number 1 dog, why Bitcoin currently has a market cap of $600 billion. All of this is constantly changing though. Turn on those notifications. That way you can stay up to date in real time. And I will see you in the next video.